I paid my sister's medical bills, took care of her kids, and even missed my promotion because I was at her hospital bed. This week, she posted a photo on Instagram at a resort captioned "Grind never stops." When I called, she said, "You're just mad I know how to get what I want." I stared at that screen for 10 minutes. Then I called someone I swore I'd never speak to again. I'm Marcus. I'm 41. Live in Louisville, Kentucky. I work in logistics middle management. It's not glamorous, but it pays well, and I've worked my ass off to climb the ladder. I'm the type who shows up early, leaves late, and never calls in sick. I don't ask for handouts. Never have. My sister Shauna is 5 years younger than me. Grew up in the same house, different rules. She was always the golden one. Everyone said she had a light about her. What she really had was a mouth that could talk you into anything. Our mom acted like Shauna was made of glass, like the world was too hard for her. So I ended up taking care of everything, her homework, her drama with friends, her lies, even when they caught up with her. I spent my teenage years cleaning up her messes. When she married Darren, I thought she was finally settling down. He was quiet, a real decent guy. Had a good job at the Ford plant. Took care of her. She cheated on him 3 times in 6 years. I know because he told me after the divorce. I didn't believe him at first. I told him he must have misunderstood things. Said Shauna would never do that. But the more he talked, the more I saw it. She had done it. And worse. Still, when she got sick last year, I dropped everything. She called me from the ER. She was crying. Said her legs were going numb. Said she couldn't even hold a pen anymore. They diagnosed her with some autoimmune disease. Long name. Started with a P. Can't even remember it now. Doctors said it'd be a long recovery. She was scared. Alone. Darren had split. The girls were with her half the week. I didn't even think, I just packed a bag and drove to her place. I slept on the couch for 3 months. Got up early to get Haley and Brooke ready for school. Took conference calls from her kitchen table. Cooked dinner. Did laundry. Bought groceries. Covered her insurance gap when her job dropped her after short-term disability ran out. I maxed out one of my credit cards to pay her hospital bill. Then I got the call from my boss. Said the promotion I was in line for, operations lead, was going to someone else. Said it was a close call, but I hadn't been around enough. The other guy, Todd, had stepped up. I almost punched the wall when I got off the phone. But I didn't regret helping Shauna. Not then. She started getting better. Physical therapy worked. Meds kicked in. She was walking on her own, driving again. Said she felt like herself. And then last Thursday, I'm eating lunch at work, scrolling through my phone, and I see it. Her post. Shauna. At a damn resort. Orange bikini. Big sunglasses. Coconut drink in hand. Palm trees behind her. Bright-ass smile like she didn't have a care in the world. Caption. Grind never stops, face blowing kiss, palm tree, #blessed life, #manifesting, #hustle babe. At first, I stared at it because I thought it had to be fake. Or old. A throwback. But then I saw the comments. Haley, miss you mom. Hope you are having fun in Cancun, Brooke. When you coming back? My blood ran cold. She wasn't home. She wasn't sick. She was on a damn vacation in Cancun. I called her. I didn't even think. Just hit her contact and put the phone to my ear. She picked up fast. Hey bro. All cheerful. I didn't say hello. I just said, what the hell is that photo? She paused for a second. Then laughed. Laughed. And then she said something I'll never forget. You're just mad I know how to get what I want. Like I was some idiot. Like I was the fool who didn't know how to play the game. She used me. She knew what she was doing. She played the sick card, used me like an ATM, like a babysitter, like free staff. She drained me. And now she was sipping cocktails in Cancun while I sat in a break room eating cold meatloaf and missing the raise I'd earned. I hung up. Didn't say a word. I just sat there, staring at my phone. And then I did something I never thought I would. I scrolled through my contacts. Way down. Past all the coworkers. Past family. To a number I never deleted but told myself I'd never dial again. Darren. I stared at it for a long time. Then I hit call. When Darren picked up, his voice was flat. Marcus? He sounded surprised. Hell, I would be too if I was him. Yeah, I said. We need to talk. There was a long pause. Then he said, about Shauna? I almost laughed. Of course he knew. We met at a bar that weekend. Somewhere quiet. He still looked the same, blue work shirt, tired eyes, but sharper now. Less beaten down than I remembered. I laid it out. Everything. The hospital visits. The bills. The promotion I missed. The trip to Cancun. The Instagram post. He listened. Quiet. Didn't interrupt once. Just nodded, slow and deliberate, like he'd been waiting for this conversation for years. Then he pulled out his phone. She sent me this 2 weeks ago. He showed me a screenshot. A text from Shauna. Darren, I really think you should forgive me. I'm in such a better place now. Let's not waste time. You and me could be something again, kiss mark. My stomach dropped. I asked him when she sent that. He said it was the same week she told me she couldn't get out of bed. The week I took Haley to a birthday party by myself because Shauna claimed she was too weak to drive. That's when it clicked. She wasn't just lying to me. She was laying groundwork, fishing for her next fallback. She's done this before, Darren said. Even when we were married. Played the victim with her mom. Borrowed money from her aunt claiming we couldn't pay rent. Meanwhile, I just worked a double shift and paid everything on time. He pulled out a small notebook from his coat pocket. Flipped it open. What's that? I've been documenting everything since the custody battle, he said. Text messages, photos, financial records, even the time she left Haley home alone while she got her nails done. I didn't use it in court back then because I thought it'd destroy her. I didn't want to be that guy. I sat back, let that sink in. But you're ready now? I asked. He nodded. If you are. I was. The plan started slow. We didn't want her catching wind. She was always good at sensing when the walls were closing in. So we stayed quiet, careful. Darren contacted his lawyer. I pulled my bank statements and text history. Every grocery receipt. Every gas fill-up. The ER bill. The nights I Venmoed her for the girls' school lunches. All of it. Then we started asking questions. I called Shauna's neighbor, Carol. Sweet old lady. Big on gossip. Oh yes, honey, Carol said. Shauna said she was still sick last month, but I saw her loading her car with suitcases. Said she was going to a wellness retreat. She even took a picture of the car because it was blocking her driveway. She sent it to me. Clear as day, Shauna laughing while tossing a Louis Vuitton bag in the trunk. Darren's lawyer lit up when we brought all this in. This isn't just about custody anymore, she said. This is fraud. If she used illness to manipulate others financially, she could be in real trouble. Still, we waited until she came back from Cancun. That Monday, she posted another picture. Same bikini, different pose. Caption, back to reality. Sorta two arts, thanks to everyone who supported me during this hard time. Face blowing kiss, face blowing kiss. That was the final nail. Darren filed for full custody the next morning. And I filed small claims court paperwork. Every cent I'd spent. Documented, dated, with screenshots to back it all. I still remember her face when she got served. She showed up at my door in sunglasses and a hoodie, like she was trying to hide. You're suing me? She hissed. I didn't answer right away, just stared. Then I said, no, I'm just holding you accountable. She threw the papers at my chest. This is low, even for you. You know what's low? I asked. Leaving your kids while lying to everyone who saved your damn life. She stormed off. I shut the door. Inside, I could hear my own heart pounding. Not from fear. Not even from anger. It was something else. Relief. Things didn't stay quiet for long. About a week after the court filings, I started getting strange messages. First, it was from unknown numbers. You're a disgrace, one read. Another said, family comes first, snake. A third one just said, watch your back. At first, I thought it was just random internet trolls. But then I got a message from my cousin Raina, who lives down in Bowling Green. Hey, she texted. Shauna's saying you're suing her because you're bitter she turned you down. Says you always had a weird obsession with her. I nearly dropped my phone. Shauna was spinning it like I was some creepy brother who got off on her failure. Said I was mad because she never needed me. She was twisting the story for sympathy, and it was working. Old family friends started unfollowing me on Facebook. One of our uncles even called and said, you're really doing this to your own sister? That's not how mom raised you. I almost threw the phone across the room. But I didn't. I stayed calm. I knew what she was doing. It was her last trick. Playing the victim. Making the truth so ugly that nobody would want to dig through it. That's when Darren sent me something. He talked to Haley. She was 12 now. old enough to notice things, and tired of the lies. Haley had screenshots, messages from her mom's phone that she saw while Shauna was in the shower. Stuff Shauna sent to her friend Zoe. One said, "I'm gonna drag Marcus through the mud if I have to. No way I'm losing to that clown." Another, "If he wants to play dirty, I'll go nuclear. I'll tell people he tried to hit on me." Who they gonna believe, the sick single mom or Mr. Logistics? Haley didn't know what some of it meant, but she knew it was wrong. She was scared. She didn't want to be alone with her mom anymore. We took that straight to Darren's lawyer. Things escalated fast after that. A temporary custody hearing was called. Shauna showed up in court wearing a neck brace. A neck brace. The judge asked, "Were you not just on a beach in Cancun?" She stuttered. Said something about relapses and flare-ups. But the judge wasn't buying it. Darren's lawyer dropped everything we had. The receipts. The messages. The photos. Even Haley's statement, handwritten, explaining how her mom lied about being sick to get money. Shauna's face went white. Still, she didn't stop. She tried to flip it, accused me of stalking her. Of being jealous. She brought up a girl I dated in college who once said I was too intense. The judge didn't even blink. Said she was clearly trying to redirect blame. Said she showed a pattern of manipulative behavior. Then he awarded Darren full custody, pending a full evaluation of Shauna's mental and emotional fitness. That same week, I got a call from the detective's office. One of my friends had forwarded them the texts I'd been getting plus a voicemail Shauna accidentally left where she said, "Let's make him sweat a little." She wasn't just lying. She was threatening. There was an official investigation now. But that's not even the wildest part. A few days later, I got an email. No name. Just an address in the subject line. It was a P.O. box in Cincinnati. I almost deleted it, but something told me to check it out. So I drove up there. Inside the box was a plain manila envelope. No note. Inside that, a stack of photos. Shauna. In Vegas. Not sick. Not struggling. Not even alone. With a man. The same guy she claimed was a cousin from her dad's side. Except he wasn't a cousin. He was her sugar daddy. And one of the photos had a date stamp. It was the same week she cried to me on FaceTime, telling me she couldn't even sit up. She'd been running a whole separate life, and I hadn't even scratched the surface yet. I drove home from Cincinnati with those photos in the passenger seat like they were radioactive. The whole ride back to Louisville, my hands were shaking. This wasn't just some petty lie or emotional manipulation anymore. This was full-blown fraud. She wasn't just scamming family, she was living a double life. When I got back, I scanned everything and sent it to Darren's lawyer. I didn't hear anything for 2 days. Then I got a call. They were filing criminal charges. Insurance fraud, perjury, defamation. And because she used my money under false pretenses, they added theft by deception. On top of that, Darren's lawyer filed a motion to completely terminate Shauna's parental rights. It was like dominoes falling. Then came the court date. I showed up early, wore a clean suit, brought every receipt, every photo, and a letter from my boss saying I'd lost the promotion due to my absence. Shauna walked in late. No neck brace this time. She wore all white like she thought the color might make her look innocent. Her sugar daddy wasn't with her. She tried to smile at me. I didn't blink. The judge didn't waste time. He laid out the case like a map. Step by step. Her false illness. The donations from family. The money from me. The wellness retreat that was really Cancun. The kids left alone while she partied. The threatening voicemails. The messages from Haley. And finally, the photos. The ones from Vegas. She tried to deny it. Said they were old. Said she was groomed by the man in the pictures. But then the court pulled her bank records. Her flight history. Hotel bookings. It matched perfectly. The judge leaned forward and said something I'll never forget. "Miss Travers, this isn't a lapse in judgment. This is a pattern. You're a con artist who used illness and your children as cover. That stops today." He granted Darren full custody. Permanently. He approved my civil suit. Shauna was ordered to repay me every cent with interest. Over $42,000. And then the kicker. The prosecutor announced that a grand jury would indict her for insurance fraud and filing a false disability claim. She might do real time. Actual prison. Shauna's face broke right there in the courtroom. Not tears. Just this blank stare like she'd been punched and couldn't believe it. But that wasn't even the final twist. 2 weeks after the ruling, I got another letter. This one from Shauna's sugar daddy. It said, I had no idea what kind of person she was. She told me her family was dead, that her husband was abusive, and her brother abandoned her. She said she had cancer. I found your number through a friend. I'm sorry for everything. Attached was a cashier's check. $10,000. He wrote, she took my money too. This is the least I can do. I didn't cash it right away. I just sat there holding it, thinking about how deep her lies went. After that, things settled down. Darren's girls came over to my place on weekends. They started calling me Uncle Mark again. Real casual. Like none of it had happened. But I knew they remembered. And they trusted me now. That meant more than anything. A few months later, I got the promotion after all. My boss said they reevaluated. I think the whole mess actually made him respect me more. As for Shauna, she took a plea deal. 6 months in county jail, plus probation and restitution. She didn't fight it. Didn't speak to anyone. I didn't visit. Neither did her kids. She tried reaching out once after she got out. Sent a handwritten letter. It said, I don't know why I ruined everything. I just thought the world owed me something. I'm sorry. For what it's worth. I didn't write back. Some bridges don't burn. Some rot slowly until they collapse under their own weight. All I did was throw the letter in the trash. And walk away.